now. Okay, so the fourth quarter, and I will post this fourth quarter video about getting through those holiday seasons and pushing through, even though, this is a time of month where people don't really want to spend money. We don't want to spend money, but we have priorities and things like that, take over from this. So how to survive this fourth quarter. A big thing that I feel like we keep getting told, someone got on. Oh, Lauren got on. I feel like we keep getting told that, this is a hard time of year, but you can push through it. Well, this was like the first call that I listened to where they said, Lauren, can you mute yourself?
Yeah, sorry.
Thanks. This is the first time I listened to a call and someone bigger than me said, this is a hard time of year and you have nothing that you can do about it. And I was like, they're right. Like, we have no say in this. This has nothing to do with us. It's nothing that we're not doing or we are doing. It's just this is a hard time of the year. So you have to remember that our business goes through cycles and that it's bigger than us. All we can do is prepare. So we have no say in that, no one's going to want to spend money during this season because it's Christmas or it's holidays or, you're putting on your fat pants and you don't really care about your weight. So all we can do is prepare through this season so that when it comes to January and February, these people remember us because of New Year's resolutions. So that's what this time of the year you should focus on, is just preparing. If people come, awesome. But if people don't sweat it, because those people are going to come back in January, February. January when they want to do, they have New Year's resolutions, or February, March when they try the gym thing and it didn't work out and they now need something different. You also have to remember the fall/winter time. It's a time when people are wearing bigger clothes. They're wearing more layers. And they're not really thinking about working out. It's not like we're putting on swimsuits here and, unless you live in Florida or California, but we're not thinking about that. So we're not losing weight or getting in shape isn't really on our mind. Of course, you always do feel like you gain weight, and I always gain at least 5 to 7 pounds during the season. And that's when people think of January to lose that weight. So, our business does recognize this. They do know that this is the time of year that people just have a tough time with, and people just don't want to do challenge groups. So what Beachbody did was they come out with their new challenge. They come out with their 2 new programs, one in December. So it brings people, that are interested in this program to buy it during December. And they have one coming out in March. So that's for the people that, tried the whole gym thing and it didn't work out, and now there's this new program. Oh, I'm going to try that instead. So they strategically do that, say, for the people that want to do a New Year's resolution in January, and then people that fail with the gym or fail with whatever they want to do and need another alternative come March, and they have this other new program. So December is the Hammer and Chisel. March is Tony's new program. I forget what it's called. Does anyone remember? Something with numbers. It's like 20, I don't know. But it's like that military-based program, which I think looks cool. Like, I might try that. I definitely am getting Hammer and Chisel because I want to do that. Okay, so for a couple suggestions from this coach for getting through this time of the year, one thing was redefine your niche. Redefine who you're reaching out to. Working professionals, busy moms, busy dads, college students losing 10 pounds. It's the time of year where people probably are gaining that weight. So redefining your niche so you know who to reach out to, especially with your posts. If it's your niche is busy moms and dads or busy professionals, your post should be about how you're saving time with these workouts at home, or not going to the gym because you get to do it at home and you don't have to waste time, things like that. The second suggestion, what stresses them? So speak our future customers or challengers' language. Traveling or inconsistent schedules, family or school reunions, lots of food, drinking temptations, tight budget, depression from less sunlight, calm before the new storm. So these are all things that people have stresses about in the winter, and we need to make sure when we're posting things or talking about things that we're using this language rather than join this challenge group. You want to lose 5 pounds before, I don't know, January. What about saying something like, I have a school reunion and I know I'm going to overeat. Get me in a challenge group so I can prepare through it and also before it and after it. Something about something in the winter time that we do. So, I mean, I know we have a lot of swimming reunions in the winter. Just going out a lot with family and drinking. You can do posts about skinny cocktails. So it's, yeah, I still drink. I'm a Beachbody coach, but here's some skinnier versions of things that, we like. Things like that. I'm doing a challenge group, a free one coming up for skinny cocktails, skinny foods, or not skinny foods, foods with less calories, I guess you could say, or healthier versions, workouts and things like that. So providing things to our future challenges. The one thing, I'm going to get off subject here for a little bit. I keep listening to personal development on my way to work in the morning, and I'm listening. Oh my gosh, I've listened to 4 different books, and they all have told me the same thing. Each of them have told me that we need to give more than we get. So if someone sees that you're not giving, and I know it sounds crazy, you're like, but I'm not making enough to give. But if someone sees that you're not giving, then you're not going to get from them. You should be giving way more than getting. So even if that's just free groups, it doesn't have to be an actual, you're giving something. But I was even thinking about this yesterday. I was at the dentist, and I noticed that they got a like page, and I wanted to tell them some pointers of things to do for it, but I was like, I'm just going to not say anything. And then they handed me a card at the end, and it said, like our page or follow our page or something like that. And I have yet to see, now they've had this page for a couple months, I have yet to see them give anything to us. And I'm like, so they want us to follow you and support you, but they're not giving us anything. So and then I thought about that, I was like, okay, so have I given any of my followers anything? Yeah, I'm giving them tips and I'm giving them things like that. But have I truly given them anything, like a free group because of people that can't afford groups at this moment, or given away a headband or a sample of Shakeology, something to give? Because a lot of people, I mean, I'll be honest, I follow things just because I know they give away free things. So other people have to think the same way. So we have to be knowing that we need to give more than we get, and then it kind of switches and changes, and then you get more than you give. So just kind of off subject there. So number 2 is what stresses people around this time of the year and speak their language. Number 3, I remember this strategy. I wrote a little side note here. Okay, so they said, think of this, because you're going to get people that are going to say no, okay? Think of it as, this is a new analogy I've never heard, a waitress. So a waitress that's coming to your table and asking you for coffee, okay? So they come to your table and say, hi, ma'am, would you like coffee? And you say, no, thanks, not right now. And they leave. And then they don't take that as a personal attack. They don't take it as the final answer. They just kind of let it go and, whatever. They're not going to make, a big deal about it. Then they come back maybe 15 minutes later. Hi, ma'am, would you like coffee? And you might say, no, I don't really need it right now. And then you leave. And then there's someone behind you that's drinking coffee. And you're like, that smells good. So then the lady comes back. Hi, ma'am, would you like coffee? And you say, yes, please. I'd like to have a cup. And then you have to remember that that's kind of like us. We're constantly forming and inviting, and they might say no a couple times, but it might be that 3rd, 4th, 5th time that they're like, okay, I need this now. So I thought that was a really good analogy of thinking of it as a way of we can't take it as a personal attack. It has to do with when the person wants it. And if they don't want it this moment, then they don't want it. And we can't make that decision for them. They have to make that decision for themselves. All right, number 3 was plant the seed now. So we need to plant those seeds in I guess November and December, October as well as what you already did, but November and December for what we will get in January and February. If we take the back seat now, then I guarantee you're going to see a drop in your business in January and February and March. So it usually, if you slack a little bit, it's not an instant thing that you'll see. Like if you don't form now for 3 weeks, you're not going to see it instantly. You're going to see maybe in December or January that you're not having business because of what you didn't do in November. So I want to make sure you guys don't kind of slack a little bit in November, December, so you don't see that decrease in January, February. So we really need to make sure we're planting those seeds, even though we might not get any bites. It's really hard, and I know it's hard. I mean, it's hard for me as well. It kills me. And I remember last year at this time of the year, I was up at midnight on New Year's Eve trying to get someone to purchase something so I get Success Club. And I mean, it was like literally tooth and nails with some people at this time of the year. That's just how it goes. But then some of those people that said no to me and kept saying no to me and didn't purchase, they came back maybe in March, April, May. So you have to remember to plant those seeds now, and it might not be them coming back instantly, but they might be coming back later. I'm just going to say random notes that I took. Post about telling them to help maintain weight through holidays and not trash your body. So plan groups with off days. I'm doing that coming up. I have a challenger that purchased, so I'm giving her an off day. Or Thanksgiving Day is an off day. We all want an off day. I'm still going to give tips on things to kind of follow, but if you want that extra piece of pie, eat that extra piece of pie. But talk to people about this. Talk to say that it's okay. Like, I mean, come on. I just had 3 pieces of pizza right now, like literally 5 minutes before I got on this call, and I'm human. You know, like we have to make sure we're still like showing that we're human. I know, Jess, you actually posted something last night, and I think it was last night after your workout, and I was like, she posted that she took a week off last week, and I kind of feel the same way she felt. Like I'm just like, I need a break. And I didn't work out this morning, and I was like, you know what? I kind of need a break too. And I'm happy that Jess posted that because it kind of made me feel like, okay, I'm human. It's okay that I am tired and I need to sleep in a little bit and I'm taking a break. I'll get back up tomorrow and I'll do it again tomorrow. But if I'm, having a break now, it's not the end of the world. But for her to like show that made me feel okay. So like even if, you're posting something about having that 3rd glass of wine, it makes someone know that we're human. We're not these like crazy like athletes and we don't drink that kind of stuff. And it shows that you can be successful while doing that stuff. Okay, so second one, share personal experience during the holidays. Share what has and what has not worked for you. I don't think any of you were with me last year at this time, but Autumn put up a really great Thanksgiving guide on YouTube. If you want to search, just type in Autumn Calabrese Thanksgiving, and it'll come up. It's a video how she told people that are on the 21-day fix how to follow the meal plan kind of with Thanksgiving and what to skip and what not to skip and what to have, and it was really good. So share personal experiences. Share, how you go out a lot probably with family, or, I know I feel like it's just because family is around. We literally go out almost every night, happy hour or get-togethers, and it's okay to share that and maybe share, okay, I am having a couple of drinks tonight, but I also did a double workout today. So sharing, your compromises with yourself. Share how you do this part-time and how much extra you're making, even if it's only $200 a month. Only $200 a month, only $50 a month, it's still $50 to $200 more than you had without doing this. So, and I told you this is all like jumbled around because I just took notes of things that I thought was good. But sharing that, I'm doing this minimally. And they can see that you're doing this minimally because they see that your posts aren't all about Beachbody. And they're like, oh, wow, she does this like this little and she's getting that. I could do that. So that's kind of sharing a little bit more so you can get people interested in coaching. That's kind of off of the challenge group part of this. And then this is the last thing that I saw, which kind of made me interested in doing the group that I'm doing now, or it's going to start next week, doing a free group. Do a 5-day free group, do videos, do giveaways, do it yourselves, non-workout related posts, Pinterest, holiday, like things related to things. I'm doing one next week, so it'll be 5 days how to survive Thanksgiving. You could do one the following week to lead up to Thanksgiving. You could do one 5 days before Thanksgiving. You could do one after Thanksgiving into Christmas. But doing a free group, I think it's also fun because you can do like, share do-it-yourself ornaments or, just things that aren't Beachbody related that people are just interested in. So I'm doing that as well. And that's, I got that idea from this call. And then I thought, well, how do I invite to this? I'm doing something that I have never done, and I wanted to do this to kind of give you guys feedback. I boosted a post on Facebook or on my like page, and I've never boosted a post just because I heard it just doesn't do anything. And so far, it's gotten really good feedback with my views. I only have like 4 or 5 comments, but I have over 2,000 views. So I'm going to reach out to those people that obviously viewed and liked it and things like that. But that might be an option of things to do, like do a big like picture of you with a giveaway or whatever it is. So what she said for how to invite, plan your content ahead of time. So Sunday I sat down and I decided to do 3 posts a day. And I did a workout post, a food post, and something random. Some of the days have a little bit more and some have less, but I tried to do it all before I invited so I knew what I was inviting for. So mine is skinny drinks, healthy recipes, workouts, things like that. You want to pick a start date. So mine was a little time crunched. I probably would have rather done it a little bit longer apart. Like I literally just sat down and did this Sunday and I'm inviting on Monday. So figure out when you want to do the start and then kind of go back maybe 2 weeks so you can start doing content and then invite the following week. You don't need to invite too far in advance just because it's a free group and like literally you could invite for a group the day 2 days before the group and you'd get people because it's a free group and they don't have to buy anything. Number 3, you want to open a new Facebook group or an event. You can do it 2 ways. You could either post it on your page and say, like, click join if you want to be in this group. And then, people don't get scared because they have to post on your page or your picture, I want to get in this group. So they literally can just join it. It doesn't have to be a private group. It can just be an open group. Or you can do like what I'm doing is just comment below or put your email and then I'll add them to the group later. Post on your timeline about this group. I do probably about every 3 days, 2 days. You can share pictures like I shared from my like page the picture. You can update your cover photo with this if you want. Give without expectations for this. You're not expecting much. It's a free group. But you kind of want these people to get a feel of what a challenge group could be like. So I'm still going to post my workout pictures. Like next week when I work out on Tuesday and our group is on Tuesday, I'm going to post my sweaty picture and say, got my workout done. Did anyone else try a workout today? Just so they kind of have a feeling of what a challenge group might be like. Number 6 is always offer a next step. So at the end of the 5 days, I'll probably say to them, look, we are done with this group. In a week, we're going to have a 21-day group where we're going to be tackling this, this, and this. Who's interested? I'm not going to mention anything about this is a group that you have to pay for until they say I'm interested, then I'll message them and talk to them about it. Another thing that is important, depending on who's in your group, if there's someone that, you're hosting a free group and there's people comment on it that you've never sold anything to or they're new people, make sure they sign up under you as a free challenge, it's like a free membership. So in case they ever buy anything during this free group or after, they're already under you. So I tell people, like when they post under my page and say, or my picture and say, I want to be in this group, this free group, I'll message them and say, hey, I'll add you to the group, fill this out and get a free membership, and then I'll put you in. Once they do that, then I put them in. A lot of times I've had people then purchase later, and then you get credit for it, even if it's just something little. The last thing that I have written down, and I'm probably going to ask for this for Christmas, if you feel like you're giving and not getting, read the book, The Go-Giver. Have you read that, Lauren? All right, maybe I'll have to borrow it from you then. Are you done with it?
It is awesome. I'm not kidding. I've read it twice. I read it to Bessie, and I cried. I was like, how do you cry during a professional development book? I'm not kidding.
That's awesome. Maybe I'll have to borrow it from you.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
So do you want to kind of say a little bit what it's about?
Yeah, sure. It's about this guy who basically goes into it just all he's focused on is the numbers, like hitting his quarter end goal. And he has so much pressure from everyone. And towards the end of the quarter, he missed like this huge account, like the thing that would have given him not only his numbers, but like status in the company. So he misses this, and he gets a call at the end of the day, and he's like, basically beaten down. And he overhears that someone is going to this seminar or whatever. And so he takes a shot in the dark, and he's like, I need to talk to this guy. But he didn't want to talk to this guy to improve himself. He wanted to talk to this guy because he had status. He had clout. He was what he wanted to be, but it wasn't because of what he could teach him. It was because he was this figure. So he ends up talking to this guy, and I don't want to give it away because I think it's a really good book. But he ends up talking to him and learning things, not only about him, but about himself, and ends up giving this down the line. It is so inspirational. It's so short. I mean, I read it on our 5-hour drive to West Virginia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really short, but it is so impactful, and it is about giving. It's not about receiving. And it's amazing how if you do give, you receive, and it's one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be open to receiving in order to know that giving is okay, and vice versa. I would definitely recommend it.
Okay, cool. I'm definitely going to buy it. And I think you also have to think of giving in different ways. Like, it's not just always a number or a thing. Like, simply just getting, I mean, to me, this is considered getting. I had a challenger this morning tell me, like, thank you. And this is a challenger that literally, oh my gosh, Tuesday was like, I can't do the shake. This is disgusting, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh no, like, oh my gosh, I want you to like this, and I want you to do well. And she texted me this morning and said, oh my gosh, I stepped on the scale and I'm down this much, and thank you so much. And I'm like, that's like what this is about. And to me, that was getting. Like, that to me was like affirmation that I'm doing what I'm doing for the right reasons. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick that book up. So she suggested that book. If you're just having a tough time, because I do go through periods when I'm like, I feel like I'm giving so much and I'm not getting what I should be. And then I kind of think, and I'm like, wow, that was really selfish of me to say that. So I think a lot of us could use that book, not just like with Beachbody, just in life. So
I was just going to say it is very much like your relationship at home too. I know you just got engaged and you're getting ready for marriage and living together. And I know, Jess, you probably have, a little bit of insight in this too, that you don't want to keep score. You don't want to say to yourself, we just had this conversation last night. You don't want to say to yourself, oh, you made dinner, so you have to wash the dishes, or I did this and this today, so why didn't you do this and this? Like, it's a team effort, and you don't want to keep score, as well as Beachbody referrals, like that kind of thing.
right.
You want to help people whether or not you're getting something in return. And, that's a takeaway that not just from that book, but from other things as well, that is a huge part of not only our business, but in personal relationships too.
Right. It's so true. It's true. A lot of times I read these personal development books, and it's amazing how they like relate to like business, work, and then like your home life. So I read The Five Love Languages, and I just finished, what was it called? I totally forget what it's called. I finished another book today, and I think I'm going to start Five Love Languages again tomorrow. 'Cause I just feel like I don't know, that book, I don't know if you guys have read that one, but like, it's so good that like when you stop reading it, you feel like you stop doing some things and you need like a refresher. So I'm like, Mike's like, I think you should start reading that book again. And I'm like, okay. So anyways, I am going to post the link for the video. She talked way more about the things that I probably didn't touch on, and more in depth. And I'll post that. Like I said, I watched it when I was getting ready for work the one day. It's like 30 minutes long. So I'll post that with this recording tonight or tomorrow. Does anyone have any questions? I posted our schedule. I'm not doing a group right now. I don't know if anyone else has challenges, but I have one. I think I'm just going to do like a one-on-one thing with her. I thought she would want to wait till after Thanksgiving to do it, but she doesn't. So I don't really have anyone else. So I'm going to run the next group, and it's going to be, it'll preseason the Monday of Thanksgiving, and then we'll start the Monday after. So we'll start day 1 on the 30th. And then that way they're done by Christmas. So that's one way of like, I don't know. I feel like I'm definitely going to restart because I know how I felt last year. Like, I just felt like I wasted and I gave away all my, like, I don't know. I felt like I did so well in the summer, and I kind of just during the winter because I gained it all back. And I don't want that to happen this year. So I'm going to do this challenge group with them. And so if you want to do it too, just to stay on track during Christmas. I mean, I'm still going to eat cookies and stuff, but it'll at least make me stay sane and smart during the week. So, any other questions? I guess you didn't have any. I actually just asked something. Okay. Then we will leave it at that. I will talk to you girls later. See ya.